What up, nerds? Bujo Head Jody here. I have been bullet journaling since 2017, and I would like to share my 2022 November weekly spreads with you. So, it is still the month of Pi. That is the theme that we are going with. We have our weekly spreads. We're going with a very similar layout to what I've done before, just in this same theme. We got our brown mild liner, and then we'll do a drop shadow with the light gray, and then use the pie colors to highlight the rows. For my weeks, I split my sections up into these upper section and the lower section. The upper section has all my habits, and the lower section has all my tasks, my sort of one-time things, whereas the habits are things that I do over and over again. I've counted out the spaces for the habits, so that's exactly the number of habits I'm going to be doing. And then the tasks are sort of open-ended, because sometimes I do one thing, two things, sometimes I have 5 different appointments, so that's why that section's a little bit larger. We're also going with just 1 week per set of 2 pages, which sometimes I like to squeeze in 2 weeks, but we're giving us a little more room this month, mostly because I am excited about drawing some pies. It's nice to have some little doodles in there. If you saw the monthly spreads, you saw mostly some small pies. So hang out and you can see some of the larger pies. You'll probably see a little bit more details on those. So the colors here are actually going to alternate color and then white and then a different color, so you can see it's spaced out. This sort of ensures that you're alternating the colors, but you don't have to end up coloring in the entire page. Now you will notice that I have perfectly gotten 2 repetitions on the top and 3 on the bottom. I did not plan this. This honestly just happened, which I find very funny, because last month my spacing was just everywhere. It was completely off. Everything was terrible. And so to have this happen this month is very funny. One thing you also will notice is that I did the alternating colors first on that very first column, which that is the sort of weekly notes of what habits and weekly tasks I have, whereas the rest of these are the actual days of the week. I did this so I don't have to keep alternating for each column. It's a lot faster just to do, like right now, all the red all at once. So I did the very first column as a reference guide, and then I will actually be able to see some of the ghosting through the pages for the rest of the weeks. And the same goes for the spacing of all the days. So that means that This is probably, unfortunately, the only erasing Zen that you're going to get this video. It's very sad. So that is labeled habits, and the bottom one is tasks. And then I'm putting the day of the week at the top. I have messed up because I usually start my weeks on a Monday, and so I just started on a Monday, even though the month starts on a Tuesday. So I have to go back and fix all of these. It's not perfect, but if that's the price for the perfect spacing, I'll take it. And then on the bottom, the date. So we're gonna move on. I'll do the doodles at the end, so get ready for that. Interesting, you can actually see it in the video. A lot of times you can't. So you can see that I'm following the outlines from the previous page, and that will determine basically where I put everything else on this page, which means I only have to count out the right-handed pages from now on. Plus, I get the color reference from the left-handed page, so I don't have to recreate the sequence of colors that I did in that very first column. So I'm checking the spacing here. This part always makes me a little nervous, because I don't always know that I've got it correct. But this horizontal spacing here is a little bit forgiving, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if I gave it an extra box or two. And as long as all the days line up vertically, not sure you'd be able to tell the difference. So all these weeks are going to be the same, so I'm going to let you have a little bit of time to just watch me go through these, and I'll come back and get you when we start doodling. I'm back. Hope you enjoyed that. I very much enjoyed that the end of the month lined up with the end of this page, so I don't have to use the right-handed page. I can save that for December. We've got one day or one column for the habits and tasks, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And now for the pies. So I begin with the crust, do the back layer and the bottom, and then any topping. So anything you want on top, like here, the whipped cream. And then you can fill in the rest of the triangles and rectangles that make up the slice of pie with the color of your filling. So this one would be a pumpkin pie. It's extremely seasonally appropriate. And then you can vary the angle at which the pie is at, the direction it faces. You can add top crust to it. And then just fill in the filling with little dots between the top crust. I think the one thing I didn't do here was vary the height of my pies. You could do that. I mostly made them long and thin. And then when you're filling it in, you can go over certain places. So that they look like berries. You can also add a little extra of that crust color to make it look like a crumble top. Or you could do combinations. Here I went with that lattice top again. Although who would put that on a pumpkin pie? So we'll pretend that this is peach. And then has both the whipped cream and the extra berries in filling. And here we have an example of the crumble top. I think this may have been the only one I did. So instead of the cross hatch, you just do a bunch of little dots. And then you can mix in the filling color. So those are all the pies. Enjoy making your own. Thanks a lot. Bye.